Morning all. Good morning everyone. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right, I got the window open, but fingers crossed this mic is pretty good, so shouldn't be too bad. All right, let's see what there is to talk about from the world of boxing. I have no idea what we're going to find, but we always find something, don't we? Do you see that picture yesterday of that guy on the train with Eddie Hearn? I'm sure you guys have seen it by now. So I think it's probably the train inspector or something takes a picture of Eddie Hearn, puts it on his social media. But Eddie Hearn's got his papers in front of him, and on the paper you can see, you can kind of see some of the names that Eddie Hearn has got mapped out for fight camp. Now, a lot of people are saying Eddie Hearn would have known about it and he's not too bothered. I think my eyesight isn't great. I know a lot of you have zoomed in on it and stuff. I think one of the first fights for fight camp is Ben versus. I think I saw either Avanesian or Cavilascus. That's what I thought. Both of them would be great for Ben, if I'm honest with you. Like, not great as in easy fights, but those are good fights, right? I mean, Cavilascus, most of you guys should remember, fought Terence Crawford, and obviously Avanesian, we know, fought Josh Kelly. That's what I saw, but my eyesight's not fucking good at all. It looks like I was wrong. Well, I think I am wrong about the Joshua Usyk date. I said sometime in August. It will be in September. I think I even saw September 25th. I think it was that far. Or was it September 5th? Let's have a quick look again. I think it was 25th. Usyk. What date? September. Just says September here. Just says September. But I did see some people. I think Ultratech did a video, I think saying September 25th, and I think I saw a few other journos saying September 25th, which is disappointing, if I'm honest with you. Just because now there's that wait again, isn't it? Because if Fury beats Wilder, what they're fighting in what, 5 weeks? Now you're going to have to wait, fingers crossed, for 2-3 months for AJ to get the job done against Usyk. I don't know. Is that ship sailed? I don't know if that ship sailed. Maybe bridges have been burnt. Like I'm in my head, I'm thinking, well, if Fury gets past Wilder and AJ gets past Usyk, we get Fury, AJ, wherever, whenever, right? March. Maybe not. Maybe it's done. Maybe all the bullshit has fucked that fight up. I don't know. Shit. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, like and share the vids. Please support your boy. Support your boy. All right, Claressa Shields. She made her MMA debut. Now, I only saw the stoppage. I've just literally woke up. Time is 8:26. Just woke up. I saw the stoppage. She beat Brittany Elkin. A bit of a ground and pound on the floor. I heard that she may have lost the first 2 rounds. But look, she got the stoppage, and that's what counts in the end. Look, credit to her, man. I'm telling you, that transition from boxing to MMA is very, very difficult. Especially if she's not done any form of judo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling ever in her life. To try and squeeze all that in 6 or 7 months, I think she's been with the Jackson Wink John. So that's the same camp that John Jones fights at. Isn't going to be easy. Especially if she's fighting a seasoned vet in Brittany Elkin. So look, congratulations to her. The aim, obviously, is to get to the UFC. That's going to take some time. But for now, I wonder if she can juggle the both. I wonder if she will be able to juggle the both. Look, no one's going to have hands like her in MMA. No one. So male or female. So as long as they can work on a bit of wrestling, a bit of jiu-jitsu, she's not going to become a jiu-jitsu expert in a year's time, but a bit of jiu-jitsu, she's got a chance. She has got a chance. We'll see how she gets on. What else here? Anything else? Hearn, Joshua must be ruthless to beat Usyk, or career could be derailed. Yeah. Yeah. I think we know that. I think that's kind of an obvious statement. He can't. Look, just win. Just win, AJ, and I'll be more than happy. It's going to be a difficult fight for AJ. As much as I think AJ will win, sometimes I don't know if that's the fan in me saying I think AJ will win, rather than just watching how they both fight and studying it that way. I think the fan in me is hoping AJ wins. I hope AJ is just too big, too strong, to use a Carl Froch phrase. And yeah, look, he has to get the job done. He can't lose to Usyk. It's at this stage of his career now where a loss is massive. Like, the idea of coming back from an Usyk loss is just too big. It's too big. So look, he's got to win, and I think he will win. And I do hope we see a combination of the two. A combination of the Joshua story that we saw against Ruiz the second time round. So, you know, box and move, be cautious. And a combination of the aggression that we used to see from AJ. Bit of both. That's what I want to see. Very much like, you know, the Klitschko when he came back after his defeats, and maybe even a bit like Lennox Lewis when he came back after his defeats. Now, I'm not saying AJ is as good as those two before people jump on me, but both of those adjusted after their defeats, you know, using their boxing abilities, which both of them clearly had, and I think AJ's got, but also, well, not really Klitschko, but Lewis using his aggression when it called for. So let's see what Joshua can do. I was watching some stuff about Lewis the other day, because obviously I think it was put up that it was I can't remember how many years, but it was like this day many years ago that he beat Mike Tyson. And I started watching some old stuff of Lewis just to remind me of how good he was. Lennox Lewis was a, pardon my French, effing bad man. Like, just a perfect boxer. But honestly, ruthless as well. There was that time when he was fighting Shannon Briggs and they're both teeing off on each other, and like, oh, Lennox was fantastic, you know, fantastic. Jamal Charlo to Montiel. I want the power. I'll show you what I do with the power. Banana skin. Telling you now, for those of you that are sleeping on Montiel, do not. This is a banana skin for Jamal Charlo, and not just one. Not one banana skin, 2 or 3 banana skins there. This is a problem. It's not a fight that immediately excited people, right? But it's a banana skin. Montiel, it's not only that Montiel has power, it's that Montiel doesn't stop. You know, it's not like Montiel's got that kind of one-shot power, like, okay, you know, Deontay Wilder kind of four-hammer power. He's not got that. But it's a continuation. Doesn't stop. Look, Jamal Charlo, I think, is a fantastic boxer. I think Jamel Charlo is the better boxer, but Jamal Charlo is a fantastic boxer. Has got his own power as well. But if he doesn't deter and dent Montiel early, it's a long night. Understand what your boy's saying. Long night. No joke. No joke. Oh, hello. Let's read this one. 1 second. Let me get a gulp of this. You know, I was on TalkSport last night with Emil Heskey. Can I tell you, like, let me be very real with all of you guys. This is all so weird, you know. Like to be to have been at Islington Council 6 years ago. Like, if you were to have told me that I'm going to be doing shows with, I don't know, Darren Bent, Andy Cole, Sol Campbell. I spoke to Sol Campbell yesterday as well. David James, Emil Heskey, and not only that, have their phone numbers and call them and say, yo, we've got this coming up on the show, you good? And they're like, yeah, we're cool. We'll catch Gabig Bonmahor, Darren Ambrose, all these players. It's mad. It's mad. I'm still a fan. Like, when I see them, I still take photos like a fanboy. I don't care, because you never know where this could stop. All right, Billy Joe Saunders is 50-50 on fighting again, does not rule out retirement. My phrase, get in, get rich, get out. Fuck it. Get out, man. I mean, I think he said in this statement that if his dad kind of says he should retire, then he will retire. If he thinks there's something left, even if he doesn't retire, Billy Joe Saunders is talking about 1 or 2 more left. 1 or 2 more. It's weird how that, I don't know. Look, we haven't seen the extent of the damage of his face. I haven't anyway. I think the thing that I saw with Billy Joe Saunders, he had his glasses on, so I couldn't see the damage. But if his face was fractured, is fractured, then why continue? He must have made a bucket load of money from that fight. Why? The only thing that I thought he might have wanted, just because of, you know, what he talks about, kind of that gypsy spirit, I thought he might have sought revenge. Not that he'll get the fight. He ain't going to get the Canelo fight again, but I thought that would have been his thing. Like, no, we don't go out like that. You know, we're going to get back in the ring. We're going to show people what we're going to do. That kind of talk. That's the kind of thing I think I expected from Billy Joe Saunders. Not that, you know, we're done now. You know, I don't think it's even a case of the money with Billy Joe. Like, I'm saying, okay, he's financially set up for his family for the next whatever years. Maybe it's that losing that maybe that it's almost like I never thought I could lose. I've lost, and I don't know how that sits with me. Prince Nassim Hamed went through exactly the same thing. Although Prince Nassim Hamed spoke about wanting to spend more time with his family, which makes sense, right? These fight camps are very, very long. I think it was a case of I never thought I could lose. Like Prince Nassim Hamed always used to speak about God, obviously, like Allah, right? And it must be a mind fuck when you do lose. Like, it must be really strange, like, whoa, how? And I wonder if Billy Joe Saunders is just going through that as well. Look, there are a number of fights out there for him. Number of fights at 168 pounds. So many guys would step up from 160 to fight him at 168. He will come back and it will be a money fight, right? I do wonder what's going on with him promotionally, though. Is he still with Eddie? Is that still a thing? Not sure. But look, for me, get in, get rich, get the fuck out. Like run. Don't risk your health. And again, I mean, his face looked really bad. Don't risk it. What's the point? What's the point making all that money in boxing if you can't enjoy it? Like if you are talking about risking your health to the point where, you know, I've seen these boxers slur their words. Anything can happen when you get in the ring, right? You lose a bit of yourself every time you get in the ring. Win or lose, you lose a bit of yourself. The damage is lasting. Get out, man. Get out. Anything? 1 second. Barrios continues to work for Gervonta Davis showdown. Yeah, I think people are sleeping a bit on Barrios, you know. I think they're sleeping a bit on him. Remember, that fight is June 26th, so not too long to go. Busy boxing schedule in America coming up. By the way, this Ritson card, let me quickly have a look at it. I mean, obviously, it's clear this is the last fight card with Sky and Matchroom because this has not been promoted at all, has it? Or am I just missing it? Like, if I'm not seeing it, and I'm the boxing guy, I mean, the casuals definitely ain't seeing it, are they? I'm rushing. I'm looking at the time because I gotta quickly go in the shower and get out of it. I've got to be at work for 10, so I've got to be out of here in 40 minutes. That's all right. Lewis Ritson versus Jeremias Ponce. Jeremias Ponce unbeaten, 27-0. Thomas Ward is taking on Eddie Macedo, 17-5. Babbage is taking on Damian Chambers. Who's this Damian Chambers? British heavyweight. Who did he last fight? Damian Chambers has got a fight with Babbage, and he's also got a fight scheduled against an 8-1 Artus Gorlovs after. Confidence, arrogance, I do not know. To be fair, he's beat some decent names, you know. Lost to a couple, or lost to one. I mean, he's fighting guys with at least winning records, this Damian Chambers, so we'll see how that one plays out. What else we got on the card? Cyrus Patterson versus... Card's not great. To be fair. Joe Laws is on the card, but he's taking on a guy, Chris Adaway, who's 10. Why is Joe Laws... Is he coming off a loss? Yeah, he's coming off a knockout defeat. Okay, to Ryden. Oh, yeah, lost to Ryden Charlton. So it's one. Ellie Scottney's on the card. I like Ellie Scottney, you know, as a boxer. I think she's really good. Let's see how she grows. But she's taking on a TBA with 2 days to go. But yeah, I'll watch the card. But well, will I? Saturday night, good weather outside. I'll probably watch it actually. Probably. What else? Okay, I mentioned Davis Barrios. Pay-per-view price is $69.99 for the card. What's that? What's that in English money? 45, 50 quid? It's a lot in it. Bloody hell. And that's actually quite cheap. What is it? I think American pay-per-views start from around $50, but yeah. Jamal Charlo versus Montiel, by the way. The WBC have put up, wait for it, the Freedom Belt. That's what they're fighting for, the WBC Freedom Belt. Khaled Plant here saying, this is about Billy Joe Saunders, because some people compared him. There's no comparison at all. They're very different. But he says, I'm a lot faster. My defense is better. I punch harder. So he's basically saying, I am a lot better than Billy Joe Saunders. I think the only thing maybe that Billy Joe has is boxing IQ, but pretty much saying he has everything else. All right, is there anything? Oh, here we go. Careful, Dubois. With some different, this is Daniel Dubois here. With some different changes, I know I could definitely beat Joe Joyce. Definitely. Not sure about that. Not sure. And finally, we'll end on this one. Allegri. The fuck am I mentioning the Juventus manager for? Because I'm doing all this Euro stuff. Boy, I'm telling you, my knowledge right now, European football, is through the roof. I can reel out Turkey's squad, Italy's squad, Dutch's squad. Can't give you Macedonia's squad, though. I'll tell you that now. I'm gonna struggle with that one. But this one, Algeria, not ruling out the possibility of Pacquiao shocking Errol Spence. That would be one hell of an upset. Like, would it be? It will be. It will be. It will be. Look, credit to Pac-Man, regardless of the outcome of this fight. The fact, my man's 42 fighting Errol Spence, who is in his peak. I thought Errol looked really good against Danny Garcia, and I think he's going to look even better. Remember, that was the first fight after that fucking near fatal crash of his Ferrari that just turned over like that. And I was a bit nervous for Errol in that fight. Not nervous for Errol in this one. Look, Pac-Man has the speed and has the pop and offers a lot of experience. But Errol's no novice. You know what I mean? I'm about to say stuff like, oh, Pac-Man can show him different looks that Errol hasn't seen. Errol has seen them all. He's seen all the looks. So, yeah, man. Errol's putting a run together of fights, you know. He's putting a run together of good fights. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, you know what I mean? Mikey Garcia, Pac-Man, obviously Kell Brook. You know, I mean, these some decent names that he's putting on this resume. So, well done to Errol. What about Terence? They're always going to be linked like that, aren't they? Because every time I think about Errol, I think, okay, what about Terence? What's Terence doing? What the f is Terence doing? Is he? I'm guessing right now he's waiting until October. That's when his deal with Top Rank is over. And it wouldn't shock me if he crosses the street. But even then, what's to fight who? Because, I mean, if we're talking 147 pounders, Furman looks like he's going to fight Sean Porter. I mean, there's been rumours about that. Remember, that was one of the fights of the year, if not the fight of the year in 2016, I think it was. So what's he crossing the road for? Or is he just going to have one gimme and then go straight into the fight with Crawford? Can they even make that fight? Don't know. Does Crawford care? Does Spence care? Right now, Spence is putting together the resume. Spence has probably only got one or two more fights at 147 pounds anyway, you know? Like, when you look around, what other fights are going to interest him? Apart from Crawford, like, Usyk doesn't interest him. It doesn't. I mean, there was talk about it, but I don't think that interests him. What other fights? Is he going to stay for Boots Ennis? Don't know. They're not going to be able to make the Virgil Ortiz fight. That's always going to be difficult. So what interests him? He will go 154 pounds soon, and there's a lot of fights that interest him there, and then he'll go 160. He will try and chase the Canelo fight down quicker than you guys think. Like, he will jump to 154 very quickly. It might be after this fight with Pac-Man, and then he might have one or two there, and then I think he's going to try and jump. He's going to try and jump the weights. Remember, these guys, as much as that's a big jump in weight, Errol Spence probably walks around very, very big. Errol Spence probably walks around north of 165, maybe even bigger. Which is, I know it sounds a lot, but he does probably walks. He's a big guy, big guy. I don't know, man. You're chasing greatness. Who better to chase than Canelo? Sounds crazy, but wouldn't shock me if he tries to jump through those weight classes in a year and a half, 2 years, and then, I don't know, tries and makes the biggest fight in boxing. Who knows?